Hey, what's up guys? This is Nightwing2303 from kicksoncourt.com. Today we have something a little bit different, and we are going to be going over the performance in the Air Jordan Trunner Pro Dominate, or Dominate Pro, can't remember. But either way, let's go ahead and get right into it. So these guys here use the Air Jordan flight plate system. Instead of having carbon fiber, there is TPU instead. This is something that I will try to show in the traction. And there are two AirPods. Zoom AirPods, I should say, one here and one on the other side, and they are two separate pods shaped like hexagons, and they really react with that flight plate. So this is probably one of the most comfortable like training / running shoes that I've ever worn. Not quite the same feeling that you would get from the Air Jordan 28's flight plate. This one is definitely not as raised off the ground. This one reminds me a lot of the Air Jordan 20, the IPS system, but this is actually quite a bit better. So the rest of the cushion is coming from the midsole itself, which is this entire piece here, and it is Cushlon. Cushlon's extremely comfortable. It's got a rubber-based foam, so it's durable, and it's kind of like absorbent, I guess you should say, with impact and things like that, the way that rubber is. So I think that the cushion in the Trunner Pro Dominate, or Dominate Pro, sorry, is really fantastic. Alright guys, so here's just a quick look at the traction. You have pods of herringbone, and then the rest of it is like this spiked pattern. So this is for multi-purpose use. You can use this on courts, you can use this on terrain, turf, and also diamonds with the that kind of sandy gravel. So on the court it didn't give the best traction. It was good laterally, but front to back it wasn't great. And as you can see here, these are the Zoom AirPods. They are raised just slightly, not anything like the Air Jordan 28, so these are a little bit more comfortable. You don't feel as raised off the ground. And then this is the TPU flight plate, and this is what kind of makes everything work. So I think that the traction is decent. It definitely works for training, and if you do forget your gym shoes, but other than that, this is not a basketball specific pattern. So the materials are basically this entire mesh upper with the fuse over and underlays, and that's pretty much it. You do have this Nike Torch styled boot with the mesh inside, which is nice. It definitely has a very comfortable fit because of it. So the materials I think are great. I wouldn't say that it's going to be too durable if you were planning to use this as a hoop shoe, which I would not recommend. I'll explain this later. But for training purposes, this is going to be perfectly fine, and you know, very supportive as well. So the overall fit is true to size. They actually fit perfectly, and within the fuse here, the lacing system is dynamic fit. So it's got those finger cages, and they really wrap around your foot perfectly, and then once you're strapped in with the inner boot, you're really not going anywhere. So you can see here, it's just a really nice fit. Fits like a glove. Moves with you perfectly because of the materials and all that kind of stuff. So I think that the fit is probably the highlight of this shoe besides the cushion itself. Now with the training shoe, this is called a Trunner, so it's like a mixture between a trainer and a runner. You have flex grooves, one at the heel and one at the forefoot. So when you have strike zones in the heel here, you are getting complete compression and deflection and movement with that. And then in the forefoot, you're getting 100% flexibility. So there is no point in time when your foot is not in contact with the floor, which is great for training, whether you're in the weight room, outside doing drills, or on the court shooting around. The ventilation in this shoe is pretty much perfect. As you can see, it's fused and mesh everywhere, so it's one of the most ventilated shoes. It's comparable to the Crazy Light, the original one, and Crazy Light is better, but this is definitely a really good shoe for ventilation if that's something that you're looking for. The overall support is great for regular movements, and what I mean by regular movements is not ball movements. So lateral moves, slashing, cutting, curling, crossovers, things like that. These will be okay at that. It'll keep up with you, but it's not going to give you the most support that, say, something that was designed specifically for basketball would give you. So if you happen to be wearing these and you forget your basketball shoes when you go to the gym, yes, you can play in them, but other than that, I wouldn't recommend it. Alright guys, so that pretty much takes care of it. Make sure to stay tuned to my site, kicksoncourt.com, for all your performance needs. So until next time guys, have a good one.